Alright, we got Shadowcat versus Deity Light. I'm not sure who I want to win, so because they are such good players, and I'm not sure who I want to win.
His lunge that he likes to go to win phases, take a small risk for a big reward, is going to be extra dangerous here because he could eat a Bad Dreams Rising, a trick to that
Round one
that Shadowcat can get into. Both these players, interestingly, going to powerful supports. Deity Light still in the EV, but Shadowcat to Snivy for the first time today.
Yeah, maybe just to control the air a little bit more, as the jumpings from Lucario do end up doing a lot of damage, and so far nobody really finding any ground in this field phase. A very even field phase, but a lot of chip on both sides, and there we go, the beautiful side switch, and the first Bad Dreams Rising is coming out very quickly.
Deity Light using back light in that field phase, so smart to absorb projectiles. I'm going to look for that in the future in this matchup. But now this is going to be all about patience, right? It's all about landing one hit, a launching hit, to be the way the trip out. So Deity Light playing patiently, getting caught though, bone rushing a little overzealous.
Yeah, just taking some damage, getting the reset, as tends to happen in Bad Dreams Rising.
So Shadowcat is gonna win. I know Shadowcat. I've seen you competed 2 times in this match I'm watching. It's my 3rd time seeing it.
Shadowcat, interestingly, going for a throw there.
Oh!
Deity Light playing very patiently. So Shadowcat's shifting the field where he can continue to zone and fight for a timeout here. Interesting.
Oh, that was a great
through. Oh my god, a grab attack.
Damage, but with only 2 seconds left, I don't
and it goes on burst.
That might have been a little bit of a waste of a burst. This might connect. No.
So as you said,
and I believe Shadowcat won that.
And a little bit there, wasting the burst mode in a situation where it was so unlikely that he could have come back. But there are still 2 more potential rounds if he can close this one out. And he gets a shift. He gets that all-important key trip dual phase without Bad Dreams Rising.
Yeah, and there again, that maximum range counterattack that's been so hard for anybody to deal with. In fact, Shadowcat just choosing to block it, which has pretty much been the best option so far. And here we go, back into Bad Dreams Rising. Wow, a perfect whiff punish on the overhead side.
Dang.
Uses a 12 to approach.
He did the same thing with Pikachu Libre.
Shadowcat had set the Phantom behind him and knew it, used that to continue the combo. That was so clean. Now to field phase, calls the Snivy. This is just going to buy him some time. Deity Light, though, backing off, using it as an opportunity to call Eevee.
Oh, just running.
Oh.
You can tell that Deity Light,
nice.
Game didn't work out.
Push him to the ground. Looks like Shadowcat's going to the grand finals.
Walk through the rifts, definitely has some experience and confidence, which is very important.
Yeah, I think we might be running into a situation where if you give Shadowcat room to play the slow game, he's going to overwhelm you with it. It happened to Fabi, and I think happened to Deity Light in that game 1. We'll see if he picks up that he needs to play slightly more aggressively, because Shadowcat, one of the best players in the world at managing the clock. Also, that homing cancel to close out last round in field phase, his defense, Shadowcat's so tough to grab, and Deity Light's throws had been a key part of his game plan in taking out Jupum in that game last set that we saw. But now a nice opening, has a strong position in the dual phase.
Yeah, and again, we're seeing the bone rush whiff into the overhead slam using such an effective tool, which you can set up this phase. But all right, we've already seen before that Shadowcat is definitely comfortable playing in this phase without Bad Dreams Rising. And there we go, lands the opportunity, has the buffs, has all of the space in the world, has Snivy, everything looks pretty good.
And interestingly, Deity Light has switched supports to Electrode, a counterattack support that offers a lot of damage on hit. So perhaps an answer to some of the zoning that Shadowcat can do. Absorbing the Dark Pulses, just wants to build meter off of that, and not take chip, of course, as well.
And no use of the Electrode so far. Might not be effective for Bad Dreams Rising, maybe more so for fields to stop some of this pressure. Nice, outspacing.
Good spacing, yeah, around that enhanced Dark Pulse. Oh, the spacing, speaking of it, Shadowcat using Darkrai's amazing walk speed to walk out of the counterattack and then back in for a punish. Shadowcat, please, that is footsies.
That looks so effortless. Unbelievable. That just looked like, oh yeah, just an everyday normal punish here. All right, and jumps over. That's an interesting option, but the jump.
Nice. The jump attack.
Almost never seen. He's going to close out that round. I'm still reeling at that counterattack with punish. it just looked like it was nothing. Nobody.
Round 2.
Yeah, gorgeous. Just showcasing his stellar, phenomenal, near perfect play. I love Shadowcat's footsies, and he's just looking so strong in this set so far. Deity has struggled to get anything started. Shadowcat up another round here in a strong position, looking to go up 2-0 over Deity. Just zoning out with Dark right here. Now flipping the switch, pivoting to a more defensive game plan from the slight bit of aggression we saw from him to start this out.
And tried to get the grab punish on the nasty plot, but just slightly out of range. Shadowcat gets the tech and a mix-up situation, and we actually see the Lapras here out of Shadowcat, just for maybe getting a little bit more chip damage and applying a little bit more pressure, building some more space. Not the time to use it right now, but just interesting to see.
Yeah, we saw a really amazing decision there from Shadowcat. He wanted to stay in field phase so he could perfect block Deity Light's burst declare, which has taken away Deity Light's a huge part of his momentum. And Shadowcat just played through that burst like it was nothing. Nothing.
His option there was walk up nasty plot, like in his face. That was beautiful. Oh, lands
Oh my god.
The Lapras. We've seen the charged A in the air work quite a few times, not right there. And,
Come on, finish Deity Light.
You gotta make a decision here. Burst is available. How
Oh,
do you don't.
nice one.
Up 2-0.
All right, 2-0.
Actually, there, Wonder Chef, just to gush a little bit more, just to boo. Oh, I'm gonna stuff your.
All right, one more.
Rift perfectly on reaction, even though I have the life lead and don't even really need this to close it out. You said it perfectly. Everything about Shadowcat's play looking so effortless right now, but everyone at home, the things Shadowcat are doing, few other players in the world can play the game at this high of a level as Shadowcat is showing us right now.
Yeah, I think few is maybe an understatement because almost nobody can. This is unbelievable. But right now, Deity Light still has a chance. I mean, we've seen 3-0 comebacks so far today. It can happen again.
Yeah, wow. Another strong start for Shadowcat. He was in a little bit of a pickle there, worked his way out. Here's the Electrode. That is going to be damaged, but it doesn't get a lot for Deity Light, right? There's no trip out of field phase. It's a little bit of chip, which I guess helps.
Oh!
Nice perfect block from Shadowcat. Doesn't get a punish, but that doesn't matter. Just again, so consistent with these perfect blocks. Nice spacing. Not able to punish with the back axe, and Deity Light finds a bone rush.
This is normally, I would say, a great situation for Lucario, but Shadowcat, of course, always showing that there's never really a great dual phase against Darkrai. I feel like I have to rethink just how I consider every single situation as far as advantage and disadvantage with this character. The more and more I see Shadowcat play. Deity does have the corner, though.
Yeah, and Shadowcat just...
Lucario is using the burst.
Wow, Deity Light catching with a JY. Here's a bit of aggression. This is big damage for Deity Light. This is what he's been looking for.
Oh my god, Shadowcat is almost finished.
I don't honestly know the damage on this, or the scaling on this combo. This is a very weird combo. It doesn't look like it should be.
Okay, it's something I've never seen from Shadowcat. Oh.
The little hop off the Aura Sphere.
So Shadowcat is down.
Situation, catching Shadowcat off guard. Good stuff from Deity Light. He's on the board.
Yeah, we've seen him use a lot of these weird options that are burst only very well, as opposed to just the normal grab strike scenario that we tend to see a lot of first Lucarios use.
Yeah, exactly. Oh wow, interesting. Uses the side Y trying to catch Shadowcat, but it triggers the claw, and Shadowcat able to get a shift off of it.
Well, again, Shadowcat barely outspacing that counterattack. Not quite getting the whip punish, but still gonna at least get away, get some more pressure, get some more chip, everything that Shadowcat wants. Oh, the double teleport backwards! Okay, finally gets hit. Now, Deity Light needs to shift here. Cannot be a drop. Alright, nice. This is looking okay.
Uses those... Yep, Tamarind Chargers to build that synergy, wants to get ever closer to burst. Each one of those buildings 7 CC, so picks up 14 off of that. The spacing from Shadowcat again, it's just so good. Oh my goodness, Wonder Chef.
But a nice form rush, and a nice read on the teleport down, too. Deity looks like he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable in these situations, but the question is it a little bit too late? I mean, he's definitely fighting back. He's finding the spacing that he wants. He's getting those punches that we've seen from before in previous matches. A backdash on the hit of homing into the move forward into grab, and now we're badging rising. 10 seconds left. Burst available, but we are going to see Deity use it. This is a huge risk if it doesn't pay off.
He has to make something happen here. He has to. This is going to do chip. Will it do enough? Oh! It does not.
Oh!
And I have to say,
So
I think
Shadowcat
that's the
wins.
worst nightmare of the entire tournament, which is such a weird thing to say. But I
Alright, this is the final round.
Who's finally going to use it? Finally, we see the nightmare coming out.
Yeah, that's such a risky reversal option. Nice option select from Shadowcat there, covering every option of Bone Rush possible. Sets up a Phantom and retreats behind it, forcing Deity Light to approach into these installed rifts and installed phantoms, and finds another throw. Shadowcat has been grabbing so well. He sets up these scary situations with Phantom where he can trigger them into a nasty flood, shifting to Bad Dreams Rising, puts the fear into Deity Light, and then finds a throw. It's just so good.
And again, playing, I love the movement around these every single trap in field phase. I mean, just walking sideways around them so that they, just despite the movement of Deity Light, you say, hey, I can actually move faster, considering I have some of the best field movement in the entire game, so you're going to have to play around my space.
Yep. Now, nice patience from Shadowcat. Max spacing on the Bone Rush, so not able to get a punish from it. Good awareness. Nice backdash there. Defensive option against Lucario's homing 3. Into the Dark Pulse, this time just for damage. Oh, catches with the back axe. Repositions, optimal Shadowcat coming to play. Into the Bad Dreams Rising with about 20 seconds on the clock. Deity Light has a lot to make up here. Shadowcat on set point.
Yeah, not only 20 seconds, but burst for Shadowcat. Deity Light has nothing.
Nice.
Shadowcat.
That was so cool.
Dominant performance is going to move into grand.
So Shadowcat is going to the grand finals. Alright, I'm gonna stop the camera and then film the next video.